Welcome to another episode of Speaking Bully Sports Podcast. We have Jay and we have T, and we are excited to go ahead and talk about the divisional week of playoffs, the things we saw, what's going on, coaching news. We are going to go over the games. We are going to go over the games that are coming up, the games that happen, our expectations. Were we let down? Were we surprised? Were we our predictions were any of our predictions right? We're going to be talking about that. And then again, like I said, we're just going to be talking about those coaches. There's been a lot of movement, still big positions that need to get filled, like some head coaching spots. Some previous head coaches became coordinators again. Some coordinators became head coaches. So we're just going to talk about it, see what we can find, see what we figured out, and just have us a wang dang of a good time. So without further ado, T, let's start talking about these head coaches. Let's talk about John Harbaugh. Where did he end up? Tell the people, where did he end up?
He ended up in New York.
New York. He is now the New York Giants head coach.
Yeah, I forgot there's two teams in New York, huh? New York Giants. And that will be interesting to see how that goes. I think it could be a good fit. He has a dynamic player in Jackson Dart. So given the dynamic quarterback he had at the Ravens, I can see that they could probably meld pretty well and work well together. I hope that that's the case. The Giants struggled a lot this season with finishing games. They would have leads, big leads, and they would end up losing. So kind of similar to some moments that the Ravens have had over the so we'll see. Hopefully this is not a lateral change, hopefully like a lateral move. Hopefully this is something where Harbaugh that he's with a different team, but hopefully we don't see repeat behavior. I think I've said it before, what has been happening at the Giants team has been systemic. So I'm hoping that
like racism.
So I'm hoping that he can come in and change that, because I'm like, it looked like with this year, it didn't matter who they had as coach, they were still failing the same way. So this lets me know it's a system issue, an organizational issue, a culture issue, a mentality issue. So hopefully he can come in and actually change that and not he himself cultivate an atmosphere of repeat behavior that he had with the Ravens. So it could be a good mix. You got a dynamic quarterback, a dynamic running back, need them to stay healthy. Types of players that he's worked with before. And, so that could be good.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I like that. Hopefully it's not a lateral movement like you said, because we watched the Ravens time and time again have the lead, lose the game. Giants did the same thing here. But I did see his presser. He seemed like he was very excited to be a New York Giant, and he mentioned how the players were probably in the back of the room. And he was saying, he was like, I love seeing the smiles and lets me know these guys are excited and they're ready to go. So maybe a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
They're also a young team, but a breath of fresh air, young team, they'll be excited, ready to go. I would say he did wonders for Lamar Jackson in the sense of just believing in him. Like you said, a dynamic player. Jackson Dart being the same young Lamar Jackson when he first came into the league. So just believing in him, and that increases his confidence, and he just grows as a player. Scatterbo comes back. They had someone else at running back that's really good. I can't think of his name right now. I think Tracy James. But maybe number 22. But then even like Malik Neighbors coming back, being fully healthy, just a young like core of a team, and then even the defense, young but fiery, I would say. So having that new coach, having a new coach, but then also just actually having a coach, since they were with the interim coach and firing their coach after like week 4, maybe week 6, something like that. But having John Harbaugh, a proven coach, Super Bowl coach,
definitely a proven coach,
all that stuff, a lot of success. So the pedigree's there. So maybe that'll be good. And maybe now the Giants can take the next step forward as an organization. Hopefully, they'll
Mhm.
listen to the things John Harbaugh knows and learned, and they'll appreciate him. Not the players more so, but the front office from that point of
Right.
view.
Mhm, mhm.
And maybe that can help change life there. And maybe with Eagles take a step back this upcoming season, maybe the Giants can step up and be number two, maybe number one. Maybe Washington will step back up. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be
Never know.
crazy.
You never know with the East, so NFC
Yeah,
East. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, the East was incredibly weak this year.
yeah, and it was close. There was a point where the Cowboys had a chance to be
Yeah.
number one in that division. So
Yep, and their defense sold
yeah, so
immensely.
yeah, very interesting. It was cool. I love that he seemed happy, rooting for Mr.
Yeah,
Harbaugh there.
yeah.
Hopefully, success follows him in New York. Moving on, the Atlanta Falcons got Kevin Stefanski as their head coach, and it comes out that Baker Mayfield had something to say. He said, "I haven't forgotten that you just threw me away." Um, he said, "I can't wait to see you 2 times a year." So there's some ways to feel about that, but I would say I understand Baker's
Yikes.
his response. He
Mm-hmm.
said, "I'm still waiting on that call or that text back since I was just a throwaway quarterback." Because basically, this was Baker Mayfield's career, and they did ship him off to the Panthers. And the Panthers, before Bryce Young this past year, like turn around. Certain teams you send guys to because you just want to end their career. The Browns is one, but as a quarterback. But Panthers was another one. It's just like a drought. Not no more. They started to turn things around, but it was like a drought.
Mm-hmm.
And so for Baker, whatever conversations happened with him and Stefanski, or the lack of conversations that happened, because he did look like Baker was a bad player
I
and he
did.
was cast away. Then he went to the Panthers, and it was like he saved his career by what he did playing for the Los Angeles Rams, having like 3 or 4 days to get ready for a game, and then he ended up winning the game and balled out. So since this is his career and his livelihood, I mean, I can understand the I won't say animosity. What's another word? The disdainment towards Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, that's rough. Um, yeah, that's rough. Hey, yikes. So we already know Baker is Baker. Baker talks that noise. So when they play them, he is going to play with a chip on his shoulder big time. Um, I don't like Stefanski. I think that is already clear. I hope he doesn't get to the Falcons and mess them up. Now we could say how much more can they already be messed up, right? We get it. But I recognize that they are doing a bit of a rebuilding. I mean, they did get rid of the head coach. They got rid of the GM. Matt
Mm-hmm.
Ryan is the president now. We see that they're making some changes. I don't like Stefanski. So, can we blame the Cleveland Brown organization? Sure. Um, but the Cleveland Brown organization, I don't like Stefanski. I don't like his. Blah. So what is he gonna do? That's all I'm saying. He has good talent on that team. I wonder who they're gonna keep. What they're gonna do, especially at quarterback. We know Penix. He was hurt this season. Kirk Cousins came in. He did his thing. Blah blah blah. We have the big tight end that showed up
Confidence.
that one game. Yeah, but they have talent on that team. I wonder if Stefanski will get there and mess that up, or will he actually cultivate it and grow it? It's irritating to me that we keep running around on what Stefanski did at one point in his career. Even when I saw the announcement that he was going to be the head coach for the Falcons, two-time coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski. Who cares? Are we looking at what he's done? Why have they had so many different people at quarterback? It makes no sense to me under his regime. So I don't care that he won won the coach of the year 2 times. I didn't know anything about him when he won it. And now looking at him now, I'm like, how did he even win that? Because he's terrible, in my opinion. Or at least he was terrible in Cleveland. So maybe time will tell. And if we see the Falcons go downhill, like, if they don't do well under him, then I'm looking at him. I can't just say it was the Cleveland Browns organization. All. Now, we know that organization is trash, hot trash. But if Stefanski gets to Atlanta and screws them over as well, and be like, bro, it's you too. You're you're also you're the common denominator. So I hope he does not get to that team and mess them up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really don't like him. I don't care for him. I think I've said that enough, a lot, throughout this podcast, because he his behavior at Cleveland, we talked about it, showed me that he's not a leader, and he's not a leader that I would trust. Not not by a long shot, but maybe he'll do better in Atlanta. We shall see. Um, I mean, I know that team is rebuilding, so we'll see. And I know that based on that, Baker's going to play with a chip on his shoulder. I hope, for the sake of Baker's soul, that he will forgive Stefanski and move on, because Stefanski is not worth it. But he will play with a chip on his shoulder. So hopefully they will win those games and not lose like how they did this past season. Because I'm like, y'all shouldn't have lost that game. But, whatever.
Yeah.
That game late in the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stefanski.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know for him if Michael Payne Jr. is too black, just put it out like that. Because again, you're gonna have some players that you might not be comfortable with, or that not even comfortable, that you don't necessarily know how to relate to. Not comfortable with. I'm just gonna say relate to. So you got Mr. Durag, Michael Payne Jr. I don't know if you'll be able to just relate to that part of it and like why he does that.
Mm-hmm.
And Bijan Robinson, who's also more of a premier player. I mean, he was up
Yes.
there
And
for he was the all pro running back. Am I right about that? Yeah, he was the all pro running back, first team all pro running back. So again, another premier player. So it's just like, you're gonna be able to, not are you gonna be able to, are you gonna be willing to relate to your players and
yeah,
know where they're at and where they're coming from, being the coach that, not the coach you want to be, but being the coach that they need you to be.
yeah. But is he
Um,
willing? Oh gosh,
so and maybe he will be able to do that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Um, I would say Atlanta's not as big of a market. I would say Atlanta's a bigger market probably than Cleveland. It's just that Cleveland had Shador Sanders,
Mm-hmm.
so that's like the only reason they even getting some marketing. But
Yeah.
outside of that, I mean, I guess Atlanta is a bigger market for sure. But I mean, it still won't be as big as that because it's Shador Sanders, and everyone still wants to know what's going to happen with him. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe being out of the limelight, he'll do better. But he still may be in just because you're on a new team and after everything that happened. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, with Baker saying what he's saying, that's not helping Stefanski's trying to stay out of the limelight. Like, that's not helping him because you got this guy who you casted away, said was no good, didn't think you could win with him. And he ain't forgot that. And now it's kind of, now look at me. I just need to be in the right situation. So,
Yeah.
I mean, really had to fight for his career. So,
Right. And I just want, and then that's tough coming from a coach like Stefanski, right? Especially if he was the 2-time winning coach of the year. By that point, that you saying that stuff about that, that's weighty, right?
yeah, you got some weight.
So yeah, so you saying that, and you are marring this man's career, slandering his reputation, and slandering his name. And yeah, he had to go and fight for his career, and that's clearly just the journey he had to go on, and he has done so well. Because when I watched him at the Browns, I was like, man, maybe Baker is overrated. You know what I mean? I wasn't feeling Baker at that time, and you had Baker, you had Odell Beckham, and so I'm like, yeah, Cleveland is a small market, but they have had some surefire talent come through there. Baker, Odell. Was Landry there at some point?
Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, at some point. Um,
Nick
uh,
Chubb is like that.
yeah,
He
him.
was like that.
Yes, him. The other quarterback. I know. We just said his name. The black guy.
Deshaun Watson.
Who?
Deshaun Watson.
That. Yeah, him. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. I almost called him man Desmond. That ain't his name. But I knew it started with a D. I was trying to remember. But they've had some incredible talent. Um, I would even venture to say. I mean, I just feel like Tyrod Taylor has not had has not been given the best opportunity.
Yeah, he's been in rough situations on
He
multiple
has been.
teams.
Right. And
Yeah.
I'm like, but I've seen him play and I know that he's a good player. I just feel like he hadn't been given, he just had a rough road. But overall, in the last few years, Cleveland has some great talent come through there. So I'm wondering if Stefanski is going to get to Atlanta and want to quelch what they have, right? I'm like, is Kirk Cousins going to be too flashy for him when he out here dancing and wearing his ice around his, like, is that going to be too much for you? Because I'm like, are you more comfortable with mediocre? So it's going to be interesting to see what he does. Is he going to have another narrative for why he has benched Penix Jr., or is he going to find a reason to not be playing Bijan Robinson? Like, are you outside your ever loving mind? And I'm wondering if Stefanski is a low key Chip Kelly. So that's my concern. I'm like, don't get there to this team and try to quelch them because you're uncomfortable or you don't know how to relate or you don't like anybody being more flashy or getting more of the attention than you. Like, grow. I don't like him at all, and I don't want to see him really on no coaching nobody's team. But we'll see. We'll see how he moves in Atlanta. I hope he does not get there and try to um, just change that culture to make it more fitting for himself.
Yeah.
Like, get over yourself. But that's been my issue with him to begin with. He's too involved with himself, and you can't lead from that perspective. So
Very true.
yeah, I really don't like him.
So moving on from Stefanski and the
Yeah.
Falcons,
Ugh.
talk about Harbaugh, talk Stefanski.
Mhm.
Ravens head coaching job is still open.
Yep.
I believe the Cowboys defense coordinator job is still open.
Mhm.
The Dolphins picked up Jeff Halley. I believe he was the defense coordinator was for the Packers.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the defense coordinator from the Packers.
Okay.
So that's who Jeff Halley is.
It's interesting.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Right.
Figure out their quarterback situation. They're gonna go back to Tua. Are they moving on from Tua?
That's a mess.
Are they gonna try the draft? I don't know. Are they gonna give up something to move up in the draft? To get the quarterback that they want or the player that they want. They just need a change of life there. Like I said, maybe they'll go back to Tua. I don't know. Let's see. Harbaugh, the Giants. Oh, Sean McDermott gets fired from the Buffalo Bills after the playoff game. I believe he was let go that morning. The next morning, after he said, and I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand up for Buffalo. I'm standing up for the Buffalo Bills fans. Yeah, well, the not the fans, but the front office didn't stand up for you. They told you to stand down. He got terminated from his job. So, and I guess we could probably segue after we talk about him. Segue into the game. The Bills versus the Broncos game. I was shocked. Was I shocked? I think I was a little shocked that he got fired.
Yeah.
I didn't know the writing was on the wall. Like for a previous year, like yeah, I knew the writing was on the wall, but I guess after watching that game, how everything went down, I was shocked that he got fired. Plus, the GM didn't get fired, but got a promotion. The GM becoming like the president and something like that. So I was like, oh wow. So the GM got moved up, became the president, kept his job. He fired the head coach. So watching the Bills game, which I saw,
Mhm.
I watched like the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the whole second. Did I watch the whole second half? I don't remember if I watched the whole second half, but for sure the fourth quarter. And I figured out, Josh Allen, he had 4 turnovers himself. They had a total of 5. He fumbled before half, right before half. He fumbled. He fumbled, I think, the first drive of the second half, and then he had like 2 picks. And he also missed the game-winning throw touchdown, where I think it was Dalton Kincaid was running across her, or that was running across the middle, and he just slightly overthrew him,
Mm-hmm.
just out of reach, and Kincaid would have caught it and ran in, and it would have been a touchdown. And the Broncos maybe would have had, like, at that point, 20, 21 seconds, something like that, to actually try to answer back because they were up by 4.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, in that game, it was the superstar, no, or the star player didn't come through. Now the head coach lost his job after, I guess, the previous years and all that stuff. Um, Bo Nix was great, played amazing. It sucks that he ended up breaking his ankle on the
Yeah,
second to last play.
that's really sad.
That is extremely sad to be a Denver Broncos fan, to beat Josh Allen
Yes.
after all the talk and hype that was around him going into
Mm-hmm.
the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You beat Josh Allen, you beat the Bills, and it's kind of like Thanos. And Gamora asked him, "What did it cost you?" And he said, "Everything."
Everything. Mm-hmm.
So it was like, what did it cost him? I guess everything, because his ankle was up out of there. So yeah, that was crazy. Series of events. Feels like you're on this high, you're excited, you're celebrating, and then you find out your starting quarterback broke his ankle.
Yeah, that's insane. And they
Like,
got
yeah, if they
anyway,
lost and he broke it, it's like, man, that's tough. Like,
but y'all won.
we won it and he broke it.
Yeah, you're going to the AFC Championship, and your starting quarterback is going to be Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah. Previous Patriots player, by the way.
Yeah, and I think I heard somebody say, reporter say, whoever, that he hasn't maybe thrown in a game since 2023.
Yeah, maybe so. That like hasn't started. So something. But I will say shout out to Nick Foles, because he did say the Patriots don't do good against backup quarterbacks,
Wait, why?
because he beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. And, he was the backup quarterback. Carson Wentz, he had
Yeah.
reposted them winning and the championship and all that stuff. So yeah, a little bit of trolling. So
Oh, but okay, that's wild. So he was just talking about because of his experience.
yeah, and he was the backup quarterback, and it was
Yeah.
like, hey man, I did it. You can do it too.
Yeah, well, hey, that's fair. I respect that. Like Nick Foles, can't nobody tell me nothing about Nick Foles.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy time. Like,
Yes.
he was balling, and then he came back and was balling the next year again in the playoffs.
Yes.
Alshon Jeffrey dropped that slant. I said, "Dang, bro, they could have did it
Yeah.
again, ran it back."
Yes. Nick Foles was something different. Like even that year when he came in and the Eagles looked like they were done for,
Yeah,
cooked. And he came in, got them into a playoff. Like Nick Foles is that guy. And that
yeah,
team played completely different under Nick Foles.
yep. So much so that they had a split in the locker room.
And I don't blame it because Carson Wentz, we wanted him to be the guy so bad.
Yeah, he was not it.
He was not it. And he wasn't it for that particular team.
Yeah.
So he gets hurt, right? He's out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nick Foles comes in. That team played completely different. I'll never forget that. There's been key moments in sports that I'll never forget when one player goes out, how a team plays different. Carson Wentz and the Eagles, Kevin Durant and the Warriors. When he had that Achilles situation, oh, the
Mm-hmm.
Warriors got back to themselves. And I said, it's very telling. You may have been the weakest link. So, yeah, these teams be playing different. So, yeah, man. But Nick Foles is that guy, and that's wild that he said that. But hey, I like that he's giving Jared Stidham some confidence there. I'm not confident, but we'll see what happens.
No, yeah, it would be. I think it'll be an interesting game. I think it'll still be competitive, because I
Yeah.
think their defense is good enough to keep it competitive.
Okay.
Drake May has kind of been human in these playoffs. But
Okay.
I will say he did throw some touchdowns, and it was like, the
Yeah, great
touchdowns he was
defense.
throwing down in that around the fourth quarter. I think I forgot who he threw it to because it was a Kevin Bune, or Butente. That
Mm-hmm.
boy, he's number 9. He was cooking. He started to cook. The touchdown he threw to Stephon Diggs was very accurate pass and even tougher catch.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like them touchdown passes. I was like, okay, like he was. Oh yeah, he was getting beat up in the game. Like he was, messing up, turnovers, fumbling, but maybe like a little rattled. But it wasn't to the point where he couldn't still execute and play. Like it was kind of like, all right, kind of like he had amnesia. This, all right, the next play, he kept playing like that because them throws he was throwing, those were some confident throws he had threw. So that was very exciting to see, more
Yeah.
accurate than Josh Allen. I would say in the moment. I think what happened with Josh Allen, and I like Josh Allen. I like him as a person. I don't know him personally, but he just seems like a real cool guy. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Also like his wife, Haley Steinfeld. I like her
Oh
too.
yeah. Good.
Playing Gwen off of Spider-Man, the Miles Morales thing, and well, she
Mm-hmm.
wasn't centered, but I ain't watched that. But don't know she's in. I've seen, but no, I like her too. I know they're having a baby, all that stuff. Wonderful things are happening in your life, brother, man. But this just wasn't one of them. You get to take that L. And I feel like he lost because he was trying to be Superman. And
Mm-hmm.
he should have played more of how he had been playing, honestly. He should have taken a page out of last season and kind of let the game come more to him. But I guess he just got to a point where he felt like he had to press, and that's what got them down. But, I mean, hey, you have a total of 5 turnovers. 4 of them was your fault, and you only lost by 3 in overtime. So it's just kind of like, if you didn't do all of that, what would have happened?
Right.
Because y'all clearly had them on the ropes because they were up maybe 21-10, and then y'all make the comeback and then made it to overtime. So,
Right.
yeah, it was a good game, though, for sure. It would have been cool for, them to win, the Bills to win, and to see if Josh Allen could do it in the AFC Championship, but another year where he doesn't even get past the divisional round. And it reminded me, because people always want to say, Josh Allen, he's such a great playoff quarterback, his stats, yada, yada, yada. And then when you realize, okay, but the only team he hasn't lost to is the Chiefs. Like, he's lost to other teams. He lost to Patrick Mahomes. He lost to Joe Burrow, so the Bengals and the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
There's another team, but they don't ever bring up. I think it was a wild card game back in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
2018, lost to the Houston Texans. He lost to Deshaun Watson, and that's when Deshaun Watson was Deshaun Watson.
Cooking.
That's
Yeah.
like that. And I remember the one specific play. I think a defender. It was like 2 of them. I think they was coming to sack him, and the way he broke through. And this was after like he got poked in his eye. His eye was swollen. He like broke them tackles and threw a dot down the field. It was just Deshaun Watson he was different. I don't know. I guess all the outside noise and those things he had going on. Then on top of that, you went to Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland.
Yeah, I don't know if it's really all of that stuff that happened with the whole massage stuff, or whatever, all those allegations. If it was all that, or if it was just because he went to Cleveland, or maybe it's both.
Yeah.
But it's just like, man, he was must-watch TV.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, that's another game where he lost.
Yeah, that's
The
a good
playoffs.
point.
People don't ever talk about that one, but
Yeah,
people bring up Lamar
2020.
Jackson losing to the Chargers, even though he came in and didn't even have a full season that season. But
Yeah, that's a really good point. And yeah, bro, I'm looking at this wild card game against the Houston Texans, 2020. It was
2020, yeah,
it was an overtime loss where Allen scored a receiving touchdown on a trick play, but he also had a costly fumble, with the Texans winning 22-19 after a Deshaun Watson play. He played well. Allen played well, accounting for most of the Bills' offense, but felt the loss was on his shoulders due to the fumble, and the
Mhm.
Texans' strong defensive effort, including sacks, was a factor. So I'm like,
He
Josh
was young.
Allen, huh?
And I was just saying that was him being younger, so it's kind of like, okay, you young, you learning, but here we are again.
Yeah, and younger, and like you said, here we are again, 10 years later, and you're in a clutch moment. Why do you have so many turnovers?
Yeah.
Why are we missing throws? Why
Yeah.
were we missing throws
You
in the
throw.
game a couple of weeks ago? The missed touchdown that would have won the game.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I and like you said, I like Josh Allen. I think he's a great player. I like the fact that he's a fighter. He does not quit. That man does not give up. And
Yeah.
I'm like, but the media hype around him, again, wanting somebody to be the guy,
Yeah. The media. That's what it is.
and um, yeah, we want this man to be the man, but we want to gloss over certain things. So you had a fumble in that year. I'm like, and to fire Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott was the coach for 9 years. Y'all went to the playoffs for 8. Why would you fire him?
Yeah, I guess Maris, he just couldn't get them over the hump. But I'm
Is
like,
it his fault or is it who we talking about? Because
I mean, hey, y'all got rules changed.
right, the exactly the overtime stuff with Kansas
Changed
City.
because of them. Mm-hmm. Because Josh Allen just had another chance. So I was like, well, hey, here's his chance. He got the overtime rule, and it was against Bo Nix and the Broncos, and he still lost.
So you've lost to
And
Pat Mahomes, you lost to Joe Burrow. Now you've lost to Bo Nix, a
in
second
his
year.
second
Come
year,
on, come on, dude. You lost to Deshaun Watson, which I can't be mad at that. That was Deshaun Watson at that time. Like, come on.
yeah,
It's this team. I'm like, it's the team. I'm like, they get so close, but they don't finish. I've been saying that for years. They don't finish as a team. And we still want to have this hype around, but we really want this guy to be the guy.
yeah. And everyone's saying he's the best player. No, like the best quarterback that was left, in the playoffs. So it's like to fire Sean McDermott. It's like, well, y'all been saying we have the best quarterback in the playoffs.
That's
So
incorrect.
who you think was the best?
That has been in the play. Okay, wait. That has been in this year's playoffs
Yeah,
altogether.
yeah.
I would say Caleb Williams.
Ooh,
Yeah, so I'm like, that's wild to say he was the best. No, you're dealing with Matt Stafford, who, I mean, that team, whatever, but Matt Stafford is still Matt Stafford, and he was leading the league and all the stuff, right? This season. We
yeah.
can't.
I don't know. People maybe they meant more so on the AFC side though.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, okay. Let's look at who was in the playoffs. Right? Oh, I can look at our chart. All
Bo
right.
Nix, Drake May,
Okay. So Bo Nix, yeah,
Stroud.
Drake May, C.J. Stroud,
Can't say
uh,
his name proud.
what's that man's name? Aaron Rodgers,
Aaron Rodgers.
uh, Trevor Lawrence,
Mm,
Justin Herbert. Okay,
mm.
so if I'm looking at all of these people, I wouldn't say that Josh Allen was the best, but I mean, you're running up now. Aaron Rodgers, C.J. Stroud, yeah. But if we want to look at Trevor Lawrence and what Trevor Lawrence accomplished this year, Drake May,
Yeah, and it was also totality. Like this being Drake May's first playoff. Trevor Lawrence only won one playoff game, but he still threw 4 picks in the game he won.
okay,
He came back, but he came back against Justin Herbert. So,
yeah. I
so
mean,
yeah, that's
Justin
all
Herbert,
people was talking about, and now I'm just half
absolutely.
like that works against them because like, well, I put the ball in the best player's hands, and he
And
didn't come through for me. Now I lost my job.
right. And I mean, okay, so if we're going to talk about overall and we talk about amount of experience, Josh Allen had the most experience on the
Yeah,
AFC side. Well, him and Aaron
maybe
Rodgers. Now, we
right.
know Aaron Rodgers was dealing with, there's some other variables there, right?
Yeah, yeah, much older.
Yeah. So, and Aaron Rodgers has a ton of experience, but okay, we move Aaron Rodgers out of the way for real. Outside of Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen has the most experience. He's been here this many times in these situations.
Yeah,
If y'all want to say he's the best, okay, he has the most experience. If we're looking at Stroud, May, Justin Herbert, right?
yep. Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. I know Herbert's been in there a little bit longer, but not as
He,
long as Josh Allen, right?
no, that was only his second playoff game.
Right. And then as far as playoff stuff, yeah. So Josh Allen has been here a number of times in a playoff situation. And I don't know if it's just the pressure gets to him or what. And that's possible. But I'm like, we can't be having these one-sided discussions about how great he is, and I don't take anything from the guy, but we can't have these inflated discussions about, man, he's wow, wow, and we see the same mistakes over and over in a coach's career. For the coach to have been there for 9 years and his team made it 8 times, that's not the for me, that's not the coach you fire. We out here running around talking about what Stefanski did 2 times. His record was trash at Cleveland.
Yeah, be the coach of the year 2 times, and you still had a losing record. That's
That's
a little
questionable.
strange.
That's questionable. And what, 13 different quarterbacks? 11, is it 11 or 13
Maybe
different
12.
quarterbacks?
It's 11, 12, or 13.
Too many.
Too many. That means
And
he
you were
wasn't
there
developing
for,
nobody.
you said what?
That means he wasn't developing nobody.
No, just running through people so you can get to, man, racing to mediocre. Like, get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Stefanski, Cleveland Brown. Let me see how long he was a coach for Cleveland Brown. Too long. He coached Cleveland, bro. He coached Cleveland 5 years, and you went through that many quarterbacks in 5 seasons. That's embarrassing. So I don't know when he won this Coach of the Year stuff 2 times in a row or 2 times. I don't know when he won it. Don't know how he won it. I have a lot of questions. But I'm so, like I said, I'm surprised by McDermott's firing. I don't know that I would put that blame on him, but hey,
Yeah.
hey,
I said,
maybe they need a fresh start, because I mean the reality is, like I said, as a team they have not finished for years, so maybe it is coaching.
yeah, maybe so. But I just feel like this time it's like this specific game, it's like I put the ball in my best player's hands and
As
he
you
did not
should.
come through. So it's like, because if I did put it in his hands, that would be my job.
But
So
that's your behind, exactly.
I
I
did,
put
and
it
this
in
is
his
what
hands,
happened.
right? I put it in his hands, and this is what happened, and then I get fired. Man,
Yeah.
no, they
And
can kick rocks.
no, yeah. And also, I heard this guy, Coach Mangino. I like Coach Mangino, so I'll definitely give him credit. He said, stars can get you to this point. Superstars is what get you over. So he was just saying like he's not a superstar. He's a star for sure. Patrick Mahomes is a superstar.
He is
So he got them over so much.
all the
You know,
time running around
even
for his life.
even when they won the Super Bowl with the mediocre receiving core, he just couldn't do it again this past season. But it was like he just did it, making it to the Super Bowl, and they lost poorly to the Eagles. I mean, everything was exposed at that point, but it was like you had this mediocre team, but that's what superstars do. They get you over that
They
hump. They
do.
carry all that stuff. And I know that's what the media says about Josh Allen, want him to be that so bad.
But he's
And Josh
not.
Allen's great for sure, Superman, but he needs more help, and he had the help. He,
Yes.
had the comments he made with if it feels nice or it feels good to not have to worry about. Basically, I can spread the ball around, not having to focus on that sole player. But he wish he had that sole player and he wouldn't have been pressing so hard and wouldn't have 4 turnovers. So
Yeah, and
I
it
saw
wouldn't
Drake
all
May
been
throw to
on.
Stephon Diggs. Whew.
You said what?
So I saw Drake May throw the TD to Stephon Diggs. He's at least a
Mhm.
red zone threat. He wasn't, going crazy, but in the
Yep.
moments they needed it, he had some third down conversions, a
Yeah.
touchdown.
Yeah.
So
You
even
need
Matt
that.
Collins, who we saw make plays throughout the season, he was on the Bills. So you lost 2 Bills wide receivers, and they both went off and did something for this new young quarterback in his second year. So, yeah, it was just,
Yeah. We
but it's
can't.
just, yeah, I was just gonna say the fans, you can't have it both ways. You can't be like
No.
Josh Allen's so great, he has no help, and he does yada yada yada. I'm like he had the number one running back, rushing yard, the rushing leader.
Yeah.
So there was that. But then now that he doesn't get it done, it's well, he needs more help. They need to get him help. Which again, it's like, well, I want to go back to the GM because you didn't get no acquisitions these past 2 seasons.
That's not good.
So you didn't get him no more help. And then
Yep.
still lost in the playoffs, but Sean McDermott loses his job. But then Um, that was Lamar Jackson with the 4 turnovers. I mean, he's getting
Skinned alive, bro.
yeah, because
Yeah,
he
he would
he
have
had
no more melanin. It would be over. They would cut his skin off and his braids.
yeah he had 1 turnover against the Bills early in the game. That was the game they lost. Mark Andrews fumbled, and then he also dropped a 2 point conversion. He fumbled when it was past the midfield. So in their playoff game last year. So it's just kind of like y'all don't, they don't have the same energy for Josh Allen, but even Joe Burrow, I mean, he gets a little harsher credit or critiques than Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Everyone gets Dak Prescott, Shador Sanders. All of them get critiqued
Yeah,
way more than Josh Allen. So I don't know why they media likes to coddle him.
yeah, because they want him to be the guy. They
Yeah, I
want
want
him
him
to
to
be
be the
the
guy. I don't
face.
know what
Yeah.
for.
Well, because he fits the mold. So it is what it is. I mean, if no, I don't need to say all of that, but he fits the mold, right? Baker's too rowdy. Shador is Shador. His last name is Sanders. Mahomes, yeah, he was good for a time, but we've moved on from that because for a time Mahomes was the guy, right?
Yeah, he
Uh,
mixed.
it,
He was
right,
saying
but
he's black. He didn't know who his wife was. Well, not even his wife, but whose mom was.
right. So I mean, but he got to be the guy for a little bit. That was good. That was tolerable, right? We had to do that was great. Mahomes is still Mahomes, like you said. He is a superstar because his team last year was winning by the hair of their chin and chin chin, made it all the way to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they lost to the Eagles, but the Eagles, were the Eagles at that time. Um, and both of those Super Bowl teams were exposed this season majorly. Um,
One
but
still made it to the playoffs though.
Huh?
One still made it to the playoffs though.
Yes, the Eagles still made it to the playoffs.
No, I said one.
Oh, you talking? Okay, yeah, yeah. He still made it to the playoffs, but
And number 11 decided to play off in the game.
yeah, they need to do something. They just need to start that team all over again.
Yeah, they just need to blow it up.
Yeah, just blow it up. Do like Atlanta, just blow it all up.
Yeah. Hey, you still got that ring out of AJ Brown, so he did serve his purpose.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see about them. But yeah, but I think Josh Allen fits a mold. He's a safe bet. He looks a particular way. He throws the ball and he runs the ball. So, where we don't give other quarterbacks that particular credit, we don't like when other quarterbacks necessarily do that. We love it when our guy does it. So, he fits a mold. He is what is wanted and desired at this point. And until we get past this, there'll be another one coming at some point. Sunshine don't even get this much love.
Still
Um,
don't. He was trying to fight for his job.
yeah, so yeah, he don't get this much love. So, like I said, Josh Allen, for whatever reason, the media, the system of the NFL, the politics of the NFL, whomever, he fits the mold. That's who they want. Like I said, I don't know that I don't think Josh Allen asked for any of this. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's detrimental in a lot of ways. But like I said, he is a good player. But I like what you shared about the superstar versus the star.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he is a star. I don't take nothing from the cat. I've always enjoyed watching him play, especially him being as big as he is. And he like, oh, I'm about to take off running, and he'll run over a guy. I love it, but because you don't see a lot of quarterbacks, that look like him that would do that, especially when he came in and he was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, especially when he came in. Now, some of these players now for sure, but yeah, he fits the mold. He's what
Yeah.
they
Justin Herbert too.
what?
He does not get critiqued hard enough.
No.
He's done way less than Josh Allen. At least Josh Allen, he at least has a runway to
Yeah.
land the plane. This boy laying in water. He the pilot, and they'll still say, "Oh, but it was a co-pilot, and there was no co-pilot in the chair.
Yeah,
It was the flight attendant. She announced stuff wrong."
I like Justin Herbert. I want to see him just be consistent and do well. I don't know if he just needs to go to another team. because the Chargers, even when they had Phillip Rivers, it was the same thing. They just
Mm-hmm.
would get to a point where they could not get over a hump, couldn't finish. So maybe Justin Herbert would do better at another team. Um, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I want him to do so good. I really do.
Yeah,
I wish him the best. But yeah, maybe he needs to go to another squad.
maybe so. But speaking of doing the best,
Yeah,
Caleb Williams, the Bears lose to the Rams. It was a good game. It was a real good game. Went to overtime.
great game. Hmm.
Um, Third quarter was scoreless for both
Hmm.
teams.
Hmm.
Rams were up.
Hmm.
Bears start to come back in the fourth quarter, make it interesting.
Hmm.
Caleb Williams with another gotta have it throw, and he makes it happen.
Yep. We got a 4th and 4.
Yeah, it was 4th and 4, maybe like on the 8 yard line, and he ended up like around their own, not their own, but the opposing team's like 40 yard line. I think he threw from like 40 yard line. So off his back foot, threw it, got it to Cole Kmet. Crazy series of events. Crazy fourth down throw. I believe the one he threw against the Packers was still better. Like the throw itself. Of
Hmm.
course, the moment of that one was a touchdown, but I mean, they were both got to have it. This is for the season throws.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was something about him falling sideways and throwing that
Hmm.
ball, and it just fell right into Duzier's hands. That was a beautiful throw. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, him running backwards, retreating. Oh, game over. I was like, bro, what is you doing, son? And I was like, oh, my fault. That was that.
Right.
That was crazy. I don't know what Durant was thinking. The defender, once, I mean, I guess the push off by Cole Kmet was so strong he couldn't recover.
I
But
don't
they
think
both like
so.
it wasn't like a. I feel like he had time to recover and like, bro, let me run back. I mean, I was watching him, but I was like, I think he could have got back. But now I will say that throw had no air. Like it dropped perfectly. Like if
Yeah.
he was actually running a route and he was running like he that one just like went near and
Hmm.
like so it wasn't no time to run underneath it. I just don't know if Durant. I think the defenders was like he's so far back. Well, it's like either my guys are about to get him or there's no way he can make this throw. So I feel like in a sense they kind of gave up on the play and he should have kept running back. But they both were hand fighting, so I love the no flag call. They were both hand
Yeah,
fighting.
they were hand fighting, but even I don't think that push off was that deep. That he pushed you off that hard where you were that far up though.
No, yeah, that's he was already playing though. So I was just like, bro, why did you run back? But I don't think they thought he could make the throw.
And well, he did.
Yeah,
And you were this many away from Cole Komet. So then for y'all to be talking about
yeah, I saw him Durant. He was
I'm
like,
like, no, but when
I
they
was
showed it from that angle, showed Cole Komet, I saw the hand fighting, all this and that. And yeah, he did. But I'm like, bro, it don't look like he pushed you that deep. You had this much space. Like, come on.
yeah, if it was like he pushed him, then the ball was in the air, and then he just like turned around and caught it. That's a little different. It was like you can say he pushed off, and then he was standing there, and then the ball
There
came
was
right here.
space.
Like
There was
yeah,
a good amount of space.
it was some space for you to recover, big dog. I just don't think they thought either he was going to get the throw off or that he could make the throw,
And he
and then
did.
he ended up getting it off, and it was perfect. But
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
It was a rough game for the Bears in short yardage. They could not convert on 4th and 2s, 4th and 1s, third and
They
shorts.
were 2-5 or 3-6 on fourth downs. They had a hard time on fourth down. Hang
Yeah,
on.
and then it was the same on thirds, and they were like not deeps; it was shorts. So, I mean, the Rams defense played very stingy. The Rams defense came up huge, played stingy on defense, but it was definitely a bend but don't break type of mindset.
Mm,
Um,
let's see.
yeah, I mean, the constantly being a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3, fourth
Yeah.
and two, fourth and
Yeah.
one, and not to be getting it. I mean, that can be
That was
really
tough.
deflating to a
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Now people were saying they believe Ben Johnson should have went for 2. after the throw to Cole Kmet, go for two, and win the game.
I don't agree with that.
I disagree because I say the playoffs are different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you do that in a playoff game, I just think the stakes are higher to where it's like, all right, bro, so you trying to get fired off of year one. Like,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, I don't think that was wise. I think it was wise for him to tie it up. They didn't need to go for two. Like that was my opinion.
I agree. I believe it was wise that he went for two. Some people were expecting for him to go for it, I guess, due to the aggression that he showed throughout the season. But I think understanding where the game was at and looking like he didn't pull it in Campbell in a sense. It was like we go for it because it's what we do. Where Ben Johnson was like, looking at the status of this game and the flow of the game, yeah, we about to go to overtime. I think the
Yeah,
defense was playing crazy, playing out of their mind, and you already know what the overtime rules is
got
that
to get the ball.
both teams are going to get the ball.
Yeah,
So, and they still had their chance to get the ball, and they still had the chance to win because at that point, before the interception, all they needed was a field goal, and they won the game. So I don't
that's it.
think going for two was the right call.
Nope.
And then going back to how I just said, they were struggling on short down yardage. So,
Exactly.
it would have been on the 2 yard line, on the goal line, but it's like I
It's
watched
unreal.
them not being able to get 2 yards on fourth down or a third down. So,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
that could also have been in their mind too. It's like, hey, I've already tried a lot of our short completion plays, whether it was pass or runs, and they haven't worked.
Mm-hmm.
We got to
Mm-hmm.
kick this PAT and we're going overtime.
Period.
And yeah, so I'm like, there was no reason to really be confident in going for two. Um,
No.
Now was the Rams defense probably deflated and shocked? Absolutely, especially probably them guys that was rushing. Caleb Williams was like, "We about to win this game. We about to win this game," and they didn't get him. And then you had that catch happen. And it's like, so yeah, you could have got them off of being stunned. Maybe they wouldn't have been focused enough, but I mean, they could have always called a timeout right before the 2 point play to
Yeah.
refocus because they still have their
Yeah.
timeouts left.
They did.
I believe a timeout at least. So I liked Ben Johnson going for the PAT, and like
Mm-hmm.
the offense still had the chance to win the game. It wasn't on the defense. The
No.
offense still got the defense got the stop, and then the offense could have won it. And DJ Moore and Caleb Williams wasn't on the same page, and that was that.
Yeah. I don't even want to talk about that. Um, but going back to the point, yeah, I think it was smart for him to kick the field goal. Even when I was watching, I'm like, nah, just kick the field goal, tie the game up. Because as we saw and as we've seen, Rams offense, no.
Yeah, they
So
weren't playing good, so the
right.
defense was shutting them down. Bears defense.
Right. And then they got right into that overtime and got shut out, right? Went three
Yeah,
and out at
they
the
went
punch
3 and out
ball.
exactly.
Yeah. So I think he made the right call because what would have sucked if y'all right there on the 2 yard line going for a 2 point conversion and didn't get it and y'all lose that game 16-17. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
then you're in a situation where you got an offside kick, try to get the ball or onside kick. Yeah, onside kick. Yeah,
Yeah.
I said offside kick. That's funny.
Oh,
Onside kick and try to get the ball back and try to make something happen with those few seconds. Like, yeah, no. So I thought it was smart. And then you just trust your defense, right? So you go into overtime, and then sure enough, they went three and out. The Rams offense went three and out. This is why I'm like, the Rams need to go and get out this thing because I don't know why they're still here. Because that team gets really lackluster in the second half. I don't know why, especially in the third quarter. So they if it was not for that interception, Bears would have won that game. I think. Unless something else crazy happened where the field goal kicker missed it and whatever. But or they didn't score or whatever. But yeah, they immediately went three and out. So I'm like, I knew their offense wasn't going to be able to produce anything in that overtime, and they didn't. And so it's unfortunate that the Bears lost that game to them. They beat themselves in that
agreed.
game. And yeah, I just don't even want to talk about that interception. That was stupid, and it just sucked to see them go out like that. So I hope they just come back stronger next season. Everybody be on the same page. Congratulations to Ben Johnson for having such a great first year and this team completely turned things around. This team, um, Jacksonville and Texans completely turned what was happening in the beginning of their season, completely turned it around
They
and
did.
became like some formidable opponents, like for real. So
Mhm.
I hope to see all three of them get their lives together in this next season. And speaking of that, CJ Stroud, hopefully he gets his life together. We can talk about this.
Yeah, we move on to the Texans.
Yeah.
Texans versus Patriots. I do want to say shout out to Travis Hunter when he comes back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Because they were down a bit. Yeah, they were down a man, and they still
Yeah,
did their thing. So
down there,
yeah,
number 2 draft pick. So,
yeah, that's right. I forgot he had gotten hurt. So
mhm.
yeah, I hopefully when he gets back, be back, and when he's back, that they'll just be even better, even stronger. Because I mean, those are three teams that completely look different from what their beginning of their season looked like.
Yeah, for sure. Totally agree.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, Texans and Patriots.
horrible
Shout out to
game.
Drake May,
Yeah,
boy, the true. Did what he's supposed to. Even like with Caleb Williams, again, another game going back to like Josh Allen, 3 interceptions, and you still lost by 3 in overtime. So still had a chance. So just imagine if we didn't have all the turnovers,
that we
uh,
exactly could
what
be
would
the
have happened?
situation. Yep.
But yeah. So going off to the Patriots, who I believe who had 2 turnovers, but the Texans ended up having 4. Actually, I think 5. Was it 4?
Five,
Let's see, CJ.
five.
Yeah, CJ will have 4 of them. I
I
think.
mean, he just kept throwing interceptions, man.
Yeah,
And then
interception.
the running back fumbled.
And then the running back fumble. Yeah, Marks ended up fumbling. Um,
Yeah.
just kind of like anticlimactic, or just an anticlimactic. Like the offense stole the opportunity for that historic defense to make it to the Super Bowl. So it does suck to see that because they played so good, um, in the playoffs and just throughout the season.
Hmm.
It was much watched TV. I think even if you're the casuals fan, and I know the NFL tries to, even like the NBA, everyone thinks it's so much better to have offense. That's why I don't like the NBA right now either. It's like, why is the score like 147 to 138? Like, why has he scored so high? Where's the defense? And I'm just, making some scores
Yeah.
up. But it's like, why do we take defense out of these games? I'm like, no defense just makes me feel like the games are less authentic. Not like saying they're script
Sure.
driven. It's just like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't play defense no more. Like,
Well,
we don't value a good Tony Allen or the glove, Gary Payton no more. Like,
right. Right.
it's just trash to people. So same thing with the NFL and defense. Like it was very exciting. Who was when it was the Bears and the 49ers when they went back and forth? Was that them that went back and forth?
You said the Bears and the 49ers?
Yeah, was it them that went back and forth? Like it was high scoring.
Wait, this season?
Yeah, this season.
Okay, hang on. Let me see. Because I don't even. Oh, did I miss that one? It's a possibility. Oh, gosh. Oh, this last 38 to 42. Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, that was a rough night for both defenses. Cause it's like, oh boy. Now they was getting torched both sides, but
Yeah.
watching that Texas defense, that got me excited. I was like, these boys is legit,
Right?
breathtaking. It was scary on
Mm-hmm.
the offense. I genuinely felt bad for Aaron Rodgers. Like I thought that man was doing everything he possibly could, and he was just under duress. I've
The whole
actually did
time.
say Aaron Rodgers looked pretty good to me, and I ain't saying. I heard someone say, "Oh, I think someone said the Texans need to hit up Aaron Rodgers." I'm like, absolutely not.
The
But
quarterback?
yes,
No.
but I was like in these playoffs in some of those games, like if A Rod was on a different team, it
Mm-hmm.
might have been okay with A Rod because he was looking good. It was just that Steelers didn't have no answer. The O line was trash, and they
Mm-hmm.
didn't have no answer for the Texas defense.
Mm-hmm.
But the Patriots is a step up above the Steelers for sure, and Strickman still struggled. He definitely struggled against them. But when those moments got to have it, his players came through. Like I understand, like Aaron Rodgers knew you just don't get those type of plays on the defense, that type of defense. So, like DK Metcalf, he drops the ball. Well, this is where Kendrick Booty, something like that. He catches the ball. Stephon Diggs catches the ball.
Mhm.
Was it Hunter Henry? Was he playing? Maybe Hunter Henry. I think number 85, the tight end. I think he's playing. He catches the ball. I don't even think they didn't have the best running game with J. Stevenson. Um, just because of the Texas rushing defense, like we have Jalen Petrie, who comes in nickel corner, who's like a daggone linebacker shooting the gap. But it was like I watched who was it? It was someone on the Patriots defense. I watched them get the block on him a few times, but you watch DK Metcalf who missed the block. He's
Mhm.
much bigger
Mhm.
than any receivers in the league. You missed the block. So it was just an effort thing. I think Patriots really wanted it as a team. And I think the
Yeah.
Texas defense wanted it. I will say the Texas offense wanted it too. But just with CJ Stroud, it was hard to watch. It was like, man, our glorious king, what happened to you, my brother?
I
Because
don't
you
know.
was struggling. And you
Yeah.
was struggling last week.
Yeah. 5 fumbles last week, right?
Yeah, and honestly, watching that game, I said at some point, I said, you got to be real and go to coach and be like, hey, I can't do it, coach. Put
Right.
put in the next guy. I'm like him himself. Screw you believing in me. I ain't got it. I don't know what it is going on. I don't know with him if it's something spiritual, outside noise. Like, because I'm saying I know when Jameis Winston, he talked about some of the things he was doing outside of football, and that's why you saw him fluctuate as a player with these ups and downs in his game because it was stuff he was doing outside that was messing him up, and he was spiritually he was unyoked with the Lord, and
Mhm.
so that showed up on the field. That's what you was seeing on the field is what was happening in his life, the ups, the downs, being unyoked. So I don't know. I don't know if CJ Stroud got anything like that going on. I'm not saying he does. If it was just so mental for him because his knee and ankle, I believe, was messed up. I mean, he was still out there, so he was kind of already down. Then not having Nico Collins was rough. You lost Dalton Schultz in the game, and then even his other tight end, I don't know his name, but he tore his ACL, I believe. He messed his knee up, but it was like the ball CJ threw it behind him, and the way he had to stop to try to catch the ball, and the way his body bent, it wasn't supposed to bend like that. But it's
Mhm.
like, dang, like CJ, if you just threw it in front of him, he wouldn't
Yeah.
have moved like that. Like that's on you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he just looked shell shocked. Shout out to TMNT. Um, Yeah, it was hard to watch because I like CJ Stroud. I love everything he's standing for, being speaking up, being bold about Jesus Christ. But that don't get you the job from me. I don't help you keep no job.
No.
Grace is important, my brother, but this is still a business, so you gotta come through and do your job. And
Right.
he was
Yeah.
not doing it.
No, he wasn't. And I wondered if they were going to bench him, but they didn't. So I was like, okay. So we still got.
I would have. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I thought about it too. When I was watching, I'm like, no, he needs to sit down somewhere
Yeah,
because 5 fumbles the week before. And I mean, supposedly, I didn't keep up with the Texans like this, but I heard one of the reporters say or analysts say that he was really good about protecting the ball throughout this entire season. So why you get to the playoff games and you have 5 fumbles one week and 4 interceptions in the divisional game? That's concerning.
yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, it
It's
really was. Yeah,
like yeah, I felt sad
yeah,
for him. Like I felt sad for Aaron Rodgers. I was actually sad. I was like, man, it sucks. This is
yeah,
depressing.
it
So
is. Um, and just really quick though, with even though the Texans off defense was the Texans defense, what you had mentioned about the running, Patriots were still able to run against them. They had at least 105 on them. So Stevenson had 70 on 16 carries. Henderson had 25 on 12. Those are decent. Yeah, it's okay. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean that's not terrible as a defense. Like so, 16 and 12 carries to get only 105. I mean,
Yeah, still pretty good. Still pretty good. And
yeah,
the one that Stevenson broke, his longest was 20. So he only had one, that long one right there. So the rest of his carries equated to 50 yards. So they still contained it. Drake May only threw 179 yards. He was 16 for 27 on 179.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He was sacked 5 times. So, I mean, they still had to, fight for that win against that defense. However,
And he fumbled too, and they got the recovery. He fumbled twice. They recovered one, didn't recover the other. So
okay, yeah. And then the Texans, CJ Stroud, I mean, he threw 1 touchdown. He threw the ball 47 times for 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. His rating was 28.
that's awful.
It's horrid.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Horrific.
And then the run game,
No,
trash.
no, that was non-existent.
Yeah, very. I
Go
mean,
watch
for
it.
Marks to have 14 carries and only get 17 yards,
And you fumbled.
yeah. Nick
Fun.
Chubb, 4 for 14. Um, Stroud, he ran twice, got 11 yards. Kate Stover got 2 yards, 2 carries for 6 yards. So, yeah, trash, horrible offense, non-existent offense, and disappointing. It was really hard to watch. I don't mind Drake May, all this and that. Patriots they ain't never been my team, but I definitely wanted to see the Texans take that win, but not what happened. So
Yeah, and Patriots only average 3.75 yards per carry. So they had 28 carries, 105 yards. So I mean that's
yeah,
not terrible by the Texans defense.
no, it's not.
Um, I think they were just not necessarily tired. They still played really good, but they didn't play. I would say they didn't play as good as they did the week before, and so they just needed a little bit more from
Somewhere
their
else.
offense. But I
Mhm.
mean, you had like 4 turnovers, and the Patriots only got 7 points. And the 7 points they got was the pick six, so the defense wasn't even out there. So on 4 turnovers, the Patriots only got 7 points, and it wasn't the seven didn't even come against the defense. So it was like your defense did what they were supposed to, kept you bailed out.
Yep.
I mean, of course, they're human; they're not perfect. So the touchdowns they gave up a few times, the Patriots did drive down the field, but it was like a lot of it was just time, and they ran out of time, and the offense just didn't do anything. And it was more like, was Patriots defense good? Yes, but it was just like, CJ, you were just so bad as
It was
well.
just so bad. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and you just got to be. You just got to be better than what you were. And
Mhm.
I'm not even saying like we needed 80%. We needed like a 40%. We probably would have won with 40.
That's it.
You
But
was just dog water, son. And that's the water the dogs didn't even want to drink. I'm like, man.
yeah, yeah,
But shout out to that Texas defense. Hopefully, I don't know, next year's a new year. Hopefully, you can't say you're going to see that again. Even if you have the same exact players, I mean, it'll be great to see again. That was just historic, and it sucks that that run came to an end the way
yeah.
it did.
I mean, they
But
had a good defense last year.
yeah, I know like it took a step up. So
Yeah. So
I don't know if they're going to take that another step up.
no, and I would be mad if I was that defense. And I'm like, do I need to keep coming and doing this? Especially if my offense is like the offense was horrid, right? But last year when I saw them play against the Chiefs in the playoffs, I noticed, and maybe even the game before then, but for sure in that Chiefs game last season, I noticed that the offense did not have any identity.
Mm-hmm.
So we're dealing with the same issue. It's just y'all get to these big platforms, but I mean, they just collapsed. I mean, crumbled. So, and this year was much worse than what happened last year,
Mm-hmm.
when they were at this point. So we'll see if this defense can put on the show again for another season.
Yeah, we'll see.
And we'll see if CJ Stroud can get his whole life together. And it's so bad, it does make me wonder, similar to you, what is really going on? What's going on in your personal life? What's going on mentally? Because 9 turnovers on you alone, the starting quarterback, third year, third year, still young, but we shouldn't be making these types of mistakes. You are going down to the ground, getting sacked. Why would you throw the ball?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have no line of sight. Like, what are we doing?
Decision making was very interesting. Yeah, it was bad. And I wanted to see him run more. Also, Caleb Williams. I wanted to see Caleb Williams run more too. Then that would have helped him out a lot. Don't know why they wasn't running more, but also just decision making. I'm like, sometimes you scrambling was the best option. Not scrambling,
Yeah,
looking down the field. I mean, scramble and tuck that ball and run.
and run.
So,
Right. I saw CJ Stroud. He ran twice. He got 11 yards. On one of them, I'm like, this is what you needed to do. Run the ball.
yeah, because it was CJ. He would scramble and like he was about to go, and then he would pull up and throw the ball, and then he would be inaccurate. And I feel like he was making like these. I feel like he was Jacqueline Hyde. I don't feel like he just knew what to do.
Yeah. Well,
Or he had
again,
too many options.
he saw too much.
He saw too
Come
much.
on.
Yeah, I know where that
No.
comment comes from.
Oh well, but I'm like, maybe we're just looking at the same issue. No identity on offense. Why are we confused? Are they telling you to stay in the pocket and you trying to just do that? I'm like, man, bump that.
That's
You
true.
know
Yeah,
how to run.
because they
Run
do
the
do that.
ball. Exactly. But I'm like, no, bump that. You ain't out there being chased. You ain't out there. No,
Shoot,
run. And
he's
like
big,
she
he's
just said,
fast.
run the ball. And he's fast. So I'm like, no, extend the play. Run the ball. Make something happen. Instead of throwing these balls off your back foot, you going down, getting sick. Come on, man. You
Yeah,
don't let the ball go like that.
yeah, that was rough. They should have put in Davis Mills, but they stuck with their quarterback. So
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm like you. I would have benched that guy. I looked at him one good time. I said, "No, he needs to go to the." I would bench him. Like, are we taking him out the game? So,
yeah,
yeah,
shout out to them. So that was the AFC side. We did talk about the Bears and the Rams,
Rams.
and then I mean Seattle. I don't think there's really much to talk about. It was just pure
They're
domination.
flat.
They
They There's nothing to talk about.
Seattle 49ers. Shout out 49ers. I feel like y'all definitely overachieved.
They
All the
did.
injuries. I mean, y'all
Yeah.
went through two quarterbacks. Quarterback
Yep.
was still playing injured. You
Yep.
lost I don't know how many receivers.
Yeah. And
You
Kittle
lost
got
Trent
hurt.
Williams, came back. Fred
Yeah.
Warner was hurt.
Yep. Kittle got hurt in the game.
Oh yeah, Kittle was hurt. Yeah, Kittle.
Did
Um,
he get hurt in that game, or was it the game before he got hurt?
it was the game before. He got hurt the game
Oh, yeah, he
before.
got hurt in the game before.
Yeah,
Yeah, so hey, like you said, shout out to them. They did a great job. The
yeah,
Seahawks, I don't know, they were on something different. I hope they play like that on Sunday, so they can go ahead and knock out these Rams.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, and the thing about it, I know we talked a little bit about this last night. Sam Darnold did not have to do much,
No, yeah.
so it's going to be interesting to see how they play against the Rams and how much Darnold will have to do. This will be their third time playing each other. So,
Yeah, and they split. It's 1-1. So it's always harder to win 3 games in a row. So now it's 1-1. So then it's like, ooh, we just gotta wait and see if they can make Sam Darnold a participator. It may go downhill, and Rams might be in another Super Bowl. But if the Seahawks can, they play all 3 phases. Special teams comes through, defense comes through, and then offense can just be a balanced attack. Seattle could take away and win it. So
yeah. Let me see how many rush yards. I don't think the Bears had a lot of rush yards against the Rams.
nah, they was getting shut down
Yeah. So that'll
bad.
be the thing. If the Seahawks are able to run against them, then um
Yeah, the Rams controlled that line of scrimmage. They was winning in them trenches.
yeah.
I
So
was like, brother, there was
yeah.
one play DeAndre Swift was running. He tried to hurdle, boy got popped in the
Oh,
air. I said,
yeah,
dang,
he
son,
did. He
he got
did.
popped.
Yeah, he
DeAndre
thought
Swift,
he was
nice.
about to get that. Yeah, he thought he was, and that guy he stopped him. That was rough. He got hit
Mm-hmm.
hard.
He so did.
Yeah, Swift had 76 yards. Caleb Williams had 40. I don't know.
Really, that's him scrambling.
Yeah,
Yeah, no QB design runs. That's him scrambling.
gotcha. Monin guy. I don't know how to say his name. He had 36. DJ Moore had 8.
There's my young guy.
Manungai. Okay. He had 36. Moore had 8. Yeah. So 76 and 76.
I would say the Bears need to get another wide receiver, and the Texans need to get another wide receiver.
60. Okay. Well, yeah.
It cannot be Nico Collins or Buzz because Nico's too injury prone.
Mm.
He get hurt left and right, but when he playing though, he like that. Nico Collins
Yeah,
is tough. He just be
yeah.
hurt. They
He
need to
could,
get another wide receiver. I think Tank Dell was hurt again too. So they just need another receiving threat. I think shore up that O line, and they will be good.
yeah. That would help them, but we also just need a quarterback that can get his life together.
Yeah,
So
I think Joe Mixon hurt. I think he's on the Texans. He's really good, but I think he was hurt.
Joe Mixon is good.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't hear
like
I didn't hear his name at all, so he must not he must have been hurt because he is also he's very good.
yeah, he is on the Texans. I have to make sure you saw on the Texans. Yeah, but I think he was hurt, but he be getting hurt too. But when he there, it's like they got these guys when they there, they nice,
But when they're not, they're not like their quarterback. So
but yeah, he don't be hurt though. He just be
that's
nice.
what I'm saying. You're on the field, but when you're there, and you're great. And when you're not, you're horror. It was horrid.
Yeah, listen, he was hurt, but not injured. Those guys be injured. They be done.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, he did. I think it was it sprained knee or sprained ankle? Something. He was playing on something. It was knee ends ankle, but yeah, he just didn't come through.
No,
But
he's gonna.
bruised. He was bruised. But all right, so we can move on. So we can just say it. I mean, it's only 4 teams left, 2 games. Who you got? Patriots or the Broncos?
Uh, I don't even know. I think I'm just going with the Patriots. I don't really. I don't like the Patriots though. But the Broncos are not playing with Bo Nix, so I'm gonna go for the Broncos.
Okay, Jared Stidham does have more experience than Drake May. He just has way less talent.
Yikes! Like the talent around him,
Nope, I meant him as a human being.
his skill himself. Oh,
Yeah, his
yikes!
skill set.
Yikes! Okay.
Um, yeah, I was not talking about the team.
I was hoping you talking about
Um,
his team.
but I would say maybe also thinking about his team. Yeah, that might be true too. Offensively, um, it's like the Patriots don't got no one that's just like, oh my goodness, like they don't got that. They ain't got Randy Moss, but
Right.
like when Tom Brady had Randy Moss, but they got that. They just got a unit on them. I mean, Stephon Diggs, yeah, but he's not that same player. Like they haven't utilized him that as that superstar wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
He just has his like pedigree going for him. Like he's still nice for sure, but um, they got a bunch of guys who just come together and gel together. The
Yeah.
Broncos, I mean, I feel like they got Court and something, and that's it. They got Mims Jr., who's been coming along, but I think he was a rookie or he's like year two. Court Sutton, he's good. He's been there. Like that boy loyal. He like Giannis on the Bucks. Like well,
He's
at
been
least Giannis
there
did get a chip. Even Giannis talking about leaving now though. But no, he more like Damian Lillard on Portland Trailblazers. Like my
and
team
won nothing.
straight track. Yeah, it ain't won nothing. So Court Sutton is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now he wasn't clutch towards the end because they didn't go to him the whole time, and then it was in the fourth quarter they started going to him. He was clutch, making plays, and then when it came more like clutch, he started dropping stuff. So I was like, son, you don't be doing that now. But I would say he's really gonna have to come through for them to have a chance. Um, I don't know. Sean Payton's gonna have to call one of his best games ever
Good game.
because
Mm-hmm.
they just don't have a lot of offensive firepower to be like, we can throw in this backup quarterback and be okay. So I don't know. I'm gonna pick Patriots. I did say the Patriots was going to the Super Bowl, so
I'm like
I think that's who I picked.
it could very well be a Patriots.
Patriots Rams.
You going for the Rams?
No,
Oh,
I can see it being. I can see the Rams winning.
I don't want them to.
They just have the better quarterback,
Yeah, I mean that's true. That is very true. But
and it's like a steep difference.
yeah, the thing that gets me about the Rams is that they don't show up in the second half. So I'm like, that's where they lose it. That's how they lost the game to the Seahawks the last time. You were up by 16 points. You went three and out. Like I said, I don't know if they got a little lackluster or what. And I told you, I looked at Matthew Stafford's face. Y'all are up by 16. You go three and out. I said the Seahawks finna, they could come back and win. They could come back in this game. Next play was it the punt return or was it the
Yeah, but no, it was a punt return.
it was the punt return
I opened everything up.
and then the
But yeah,
Rams went three and out again. And then we had the other play, that crazy backwards pass situation that happened.
two-point conversion.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I mean, that's what it took to help like to win. So it's just like I don't know. Sam Darnold has to participate. I don't know. And the thing is, this is his kryptonite.
his
And
this team,
yeah, and Matthew Stafford, he knew they lost against the Bears. I remember when he shook his head, like he knew it was game over. And Caleb Williams, I was gonna mention, he was smiling. He was like, it was that smile. I was like, oh yeah, we got him. Like this is it.
they
I
did.
saw his smile. I was like, and I saw Matthew Stafford's face. I was like, oh yeah, this game.
It was gang. The way McVay looked when Caleb made that throw, and when they put the camera on Matthew Stafford, they both were like it was over. And when the Rams went three and out in that overtime, and the Bears had it, they controlled momentum. They were taking their time. Caleb came to that huddle smiling.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, he feeling himself. He like, yeah.
And I wasn't mad about it because I'm like, the Bears had it. But whatever that miscommunication was or whatever happened, whatever. The defender ran the route,
Basically.
kept his eyes on the quarterback, caught the ball. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. The Rams, they have lost some games that I feel like they shouldn't have lost. I don't know. But just watching them not be a second half team is wild. So that's why I'm like, why are y'all here?
Yeah, it's not their front runners, but then when it comes to being clutch, though, they can be clutch. Like they can close it out.
They can, but I've seen them have some significant. We left it wide open and we handed the other team this win.
Yeah, that's very true. So that's why it's like up in the air type of game.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not
the Panthers, but then they came back and
they ended up.
Loss.
Yeah,
and it was in a clutch moment though. Like I was like Matthew Stafford, it's like the moment's it's not too big for him. So it's just like y'all don't keep the game close.
Exactly.
You have a chance. Like it needs to be a 14-point difference. And then I don't know. I think Matthew Stafford will get the touchdown, but y'all just gonna need to score right back, or need to be able to run the clock out, and it ends up being like a 7-point game.
Well, yeah. I mean, but even with that, with the Panthers, they came back out in the third quarter, scored 3 points. Panthers scored, I believe, 3 points. Both of them scored 14 in the fourth. What are we doing?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was saying, y'all, as the Seattle Seahawks, you can't let the game be close.
Oh, yeah.
They need to be up by 14. I was saying Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying Matthew Stafford, the Rams, they still can score in the clutch. I'm saying like the moment will be too big because he was dicing that defense over to the point where it was like, bro, why was he doing this all game? Like that's how it'd be looking. So that's what I was saying. Like y'all need to be up by 14, and then they can get that 7, and then you need to run that ball, and that clock needs to run out, or you need to score again because 7 ain't gonna be enough.
Because I mean, yeah, I'm like the Rams would not be here if the Bears didn't defeat themselves.
True.
If the Panthers had been able to close it out, Rams wouldn't be here. I'm like, why were y'all even that close with the Panthers? But again, they lull in the third quarter.
Yeah, I wanted to see Seattle versus the Bears.
That would have been a good one. I was really rooting for the Bears to do that one. I was rooting for the Bears to really go all the way for the NFC.
I think I did too.
Huh?
I think I had Bears Patriots.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that. Yeah, I would have loved to see the Bears go all the way, but these silly Rams. So we'll see. I mean, if they end up taking this game, then I'd be like, all right, so I got to look at y'all in the Super Bowl, which y'all be low key annoyed about because again, why are y'all here? But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see for sure.
Yeah, We'll see. So who are you calling? Who are you calling for Rams and Seahawks?
I got Seahawks.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm going Seahawks. I want to see them win.
yeah, me too. I think I would rather see them win. I mean, yes, Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold, whatever. I just think I would rather see them win than the Rams. I don't want to see the Rams in the Super Bowl because I've just been trying to figure out why they're here the whole time. Yeah. So, all right.
Yeah, it will be a rematch of was it Super Bowl 51? Let me see.
If it's what Seahawks and who Patriots?
Oh dang, 60? Oh no, 50. Super Bowl 50? Yeah, like when the Rams beat the Patriots and it was like 13-10. Super Bowl
Oh, you
60?
talking about the Rams and the Patriots? When was that?
Yeah, because that was when Aaron Donald got that ring. I guess it's Super Bowl 60. I was looking at the Roman numeral, so LX is 50 plus 10, 60. So I guess Super Bowl 60.
Who versus Patriots Super Bowl? Hold on, I don't even remember this. Patriots playing the Rams
Yeah, you know.
13-3 in 2019.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah, that one because that's Aaron Donald got his Super Bowl ring. Oh
Oh,
wait.
Patriots won that
My
one. This
bad.
is the
That's when
lowest scoring Super
they
Bowl.
beat the Bengals. But well, this is the rematch. 2019 still. Yeah, my bad. I'm tripping. This is gonna. Yeah, I think this is gonna be Super Bowl 60. Yeah, I'm tripping. My bad. He got his ring against the Bengals.
Oh yeah, when they I remember that one because
Yeah, but it was like 13-10 though. Patriots and Rams, or like 10-3. It was something like that. It was a low scoring game.
yeah 13-3 says lowest scoring
Yeah,
Super Bowl, and this one they had moved that this Rams and Bengals is when they had moved that Super Bowl to later in the month of February, which was so strange. But yeah, this Super Bowl I was not here for it because this is where
rematch the Super Bowl 53.
okay, yeah, where the Rams ended up. Who did they beat to come to this Super Bowl?
See, oh, that's the Saints and the pass interference call that was
I
blatant
think
and it didn't get called.
I think
And
so.
the defender in the press conference, so they said, "I'm surprised they ain't called it."
Yeah, because
Roby number 21.
yeah, NFC Championship no call. Yep, and then for them to yeah, that was bogus. That was bogus.
Yeah, I think
That
that was the year I
I
was rooting
couldn't
for the
stand that.
Patriots.
Huh?
I think that was the year I was rooting for the Patriots,
To beat the Bengals.
the Rams.
Oh wait, I was talking about when the Rams and the Saints played, got the no call, and then is that where the Rams ended up going to go play the Bengals for the Super Bowl?
That's what that year was.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
thought so. Yeah, I thought it
Oh,
was. Yeah, the 2019, right?
I
Or
guess
was
so.
it 2018? Hang on, bro. I'm getting them mixed up. Well, yeah, no, which heavily influenced the outcome, sending the Rams to the Super Bowl instead of the Saints. And spread.
2019 was the Patriots and the Rams.
Okay, so this must be the 2018 thing then. So this happened in 2018. So who did the Rams end up? Well, yeah, I guess they went and played the Bengals in 2018 then.
No, 2018 was the Eagles and the Patriots. That 2018 was I think that was Nick Foles. Yeah, that was Nick Foles. So it's kind of like so the 2018-2019 season
Mm-hmm.
is the Eagles versus the Patriots. So then the 2019-2020 season was the Rams versus the like so if you search it up on Google and you put like 2019 Super Bowl, that's the 2019-2020, but the Super Bowl was in 2020.
No, no, I
That's
got you.
yeah,
I
the
got you.
2019 Super Bowl.
For some reason, I got the years mixed up. So yeah, 18 was when they sent they. I mean, the Saints game is what sent them to go play who? The Patriots.
Yes, that's how they made it to the Super Bowl because of the no
Okay,
call.
that's right. I was getting it mixed up. They didn't play the Bengals until 22.
Yeah.
So I need
Mm,
to see who they play. But yeah, that's right. My bad. Got it mixed up. I was
yeah.
getting the two things mixed up. So that's what sent the Rams, yes, to play the Patriots, and then the Patriots won that one. Yeah, I see. That's my bad. Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, so that was lowest scoring Super Bowl, 13-3. It's trash. And I'm like, why did? Yeah, that whole no call was wild. But ah, oh the NFL. But okay, so we're going for the Patriots and the Seahawks, and I got the Broncos and the Seahawks, and D will have to put his choices in. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see who's going to end up going to the Super Bowl this year.
Yep.
And Super Bowl 2026 is going to be on February 8th.
And California.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe
Santa Clara.
now we're looking at the movie stuff. Man, it's my laptop. Spider-Man: Brand New Day may get its trailer, or we get a trailer for Avengers: Doomsday.
Oh, during the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I can talk about this stuff later. Let's go into the Marvel stuff.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
All right, so we did it. Did we cover everything?
Yep. Talk about the upcoming games,
Mm-hmm.
previous games, and the coaches.
Okay. Good stuff. Yeah, a lot happening around the league. All these coaching spots, so it'd be interesting to keep an eye out on that. Um, so,
Let's open this up.
so yeah, good job, bro. Good conversation. Um, yeah, these playoffs have been interesting. I did not guess correctly at all for last week. I was 0 for 4.
Yes, and I was 1 for 4, and D was 1 for 4.
Yeah,
Crazy games, crazy series of events.
yeah.
So close to being 4 for 4. Well, yeah, close to being 4 for 4.
Mm-hmm.
Bills didn't come through. Lost by 3 in overtime. Bears lost by 3 in overtime. I picked the Seahawks, and then
Texans.
oh yeah,
Yeah, they got mollywopped.
yeah.
They were not even.
Okay, I'll say I was close to being 3 for 4.
Yeah, I was hoping to at least get 1 for 4 with the Bears, but yeah, just hurt my feelings. So we just gotta move. I just gotta move on. Gotta move
Close
on.
to no cigar.
Yep, no cigar, not at all. So, um, all right. So we got the games coming up this weekend. AFC Championship game is on Saturday, the 24th. The NFC Championship game is on Sunday, the 25th. So, gonna be exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing those games, and yeah, hope I picked right this time.
Yeah, we shall see. We
Yep.
shall see.
Yep. All
All
right.
right, people. Well, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hopefully, you enjoyed this conversation. We
Mm-hmm.
always love to hear your thoughts. So until next time, you know how we finna do. One finger, the middle finger. Peace.